sim fans, race fans, RC fans, Racing 393. I'm trying to think of ways where I can improve these videos and haven't really come up with anything, to be honest. Maybe, they don't get a huge amount of views, so maybe don't do them. Maybe that's an improvement. I don't know, but I enjoy documenting, if anything, for my own benefit, the progress on my kits, if we're talking about RC. And, even I look back, maybe most of the views are probably me watching my own videos. I look back and I see and hear, the odd, that's a bit of a contradiction in itself, a frequently but yet odd mistakes that I make when I'm talking. I suppose the bottom line is I don't have a script that I'm going through. I tend to kind of make it up as I'm doing it and decide to sort of say what I think may be relevant at the time. But I haven't really changed that format at all. And documenting the builds, upgrades, is something which I'm still learning. The TT02 Tamiya chassis is, yes, it is long in the tooth, but what I have found, it's very, very customizable. Lots of upgrades, being official Tamiya products or third-party products. It's still a very intuitive chassis to upgrade. And what I have found, the thing that differs, I'm not going into a rant here, but the thing that differs me and what I do, my channel, to even others, is that I'm trying to keep things basic. I'm aware that, it seems, and this is from perhaps a lot of hobbies, and I'll include sim racing being another example. There's a hell of a lot of elitists. They may not, maybe they're not elitists, but some of the things they say make me think they are. I'll just give you an example. I'm not going to name names, because that's not fair, because that's just not how I work. But sometimes you might hear a comment if Tamiya are going to bring out another kit. For example, the last few Tamiya announcements, and there was a couple of four-wheel drive road cars, track cars if you like, rather than buggies. And one of the things I hear is, I hope it's not a TT02 chassis. And I listen, I think, I can kind of understand. I can understand the comment, because there's plenty of scope for using far more advanced chassis out there to make your cars. I get that. But that, again, in my opinion, how it comes across, it's a very snobbish opinion. The TT01, TT02 chassis, TT01e, that era, yeah, they're long. They've been around a long time. But there's plenty of people that come into the sport, I'll say sport, hobby, sport, pastime, that probably don't really want to go down the advanced route. And having the TT01 and TT02 chassis, I think it's a good move by Tamiya to keep that momentum to gain new people. Ultimately, at the end of the day, RC, rally control, Tamiya, whatever you want to call it, perhaps isn't as popular as it once was. However, I think with the introduction of YouTube, any online media where you can do something like this. You can search for your favourite car model, specifically upgrades or something specific to you, and you'll probably find it on YouTube somewhere. And if anything, if anyone watches my videos and sort of thinks, oh, that looks like it could be good fun to upgrade, I'll have a look into it, and they go and buy a car, because they are cheap. The TT chassis, sort of the early ones, they've been around for a number of years, and they are cheap. And maybe that will get them into the hobby. Maybe do their own media channel or join a club local to them that they perhaps wasn't aware that was there even. So all I'm trying to do is keep, you know, I could go out and buy a really complex one of these kind of Tamiya chassis, an iteration of the M05 chassis. You've got the M08 and so on, and M08F and Pro and things like that. But they really are expensive, to the point where I think, although I might be able to buy one, I just can't justify that kind of money, because they're not making them anymore as such. Well, all right, the M8 chassis, or M08, whichever it's called, yes, they are. And there's one out there, the front wheel drive, that supersedes the M05. Is it? I don't think it's M06. I can't remember. I've got no meter in front of me to read off of. So, but there's a couple that are fairly cheap. You know, the M05 chassis is quite cheap to buy. So, you know, get a kit for £100, can't, just over £110. And I think it's important that we keep churning. I mean, say we, Tamiya, keep churning those out, because each year new people become involved in the hobby, and you want to gain that momentum. So I think they do need to keep these type of cars. I mean, there's plenty of upgrades, like I said, and byproducts. I mean, this isn't a completely standard TT01e chassis. I've upgraded it to a point, but I know you can go even further with, for example, racing products, which, you know, could be an option. But anyway, I just thought I'd just say that, you know, I'm hoping, in one hand, it does help people, and on the other, I'm just trying to look at different ways to promote the hobby, my interest. And you know, I don't know everything clearly about all this, but I only find things out perhaps through other videos, or I look them up. So we'll get on to the subject in matter, and this is my TT01e chassis, which I do some of my speed runs in, and I think this has got up to 40. Now I'll have to look, 42 to maybe it's 44, 45 miles an hour on standard NIM batteries. So, you know, we're not using lipos, not yet anyway, and a vintage brushed modified motor. So I still work on the proviso of older technology. There's going to come a point, perhaps, when you'd have to go new technology, but until that happens, you know, I've been in the hobby in and out all my life. So, and I haven't gone over to the new lipo yet. Not because I don't. It'll be quicker, no doubt. It'll definitely be quicker. Brushless motors, everything's easier, I suppose. People are a bit worried about brushless motors and lipos, but I'm, as you're probably aware of some of my channels, I'm pretty old school, so I'm going to stick with what I've, for now, what I've got. So, Mr. Mannering, we are gone another upgrade. Now, I don't know if you can see that. I'm just going to check my camera. I'm going to move the car up a little bit there, just to show you. So you'll notice on the front there, it's a carbon. It's not carbon fibre. It might be. It looks it, but I'm not sure if it actually is. I'll be very surprised. But I'm selling these on my eBay shop. These carbon bumper stoppers, I think they're called. They just replace the sort of the standard stock plastic one if you like. There's no other, it's just a bit of, I'll be honest, it's just I'm going to give a bit of plastic bolted down on the sponge bumper. It does absolutely nothing other than stop the bumper foam from coming out. There's nothing else to it. The only difference with this, it does look better. It's the only carbon fibre part at the moment I've got on the car, and it is lighter. So if you're sort of chasing the weight, it's probably a good move. But there will be a link in the description of where you can buy these. When it comes to carbon fibre, I had purchased, and I've still got them, and these are also on my shop, carbon fibre shock mounts. I think it was I can't remember if it was the front or the rear. It might be the rear shock mount. But these ones, the stock versions, are quite thick. And I found that to put the carbon fibre ones on, it would take a bit of modification and maybe re-drilling the holes, which I wasn't too keen on. Maybe if I do that, I'll get another body shell for this, but maybe the same body shell. Maybe I'll still get another RS200, because I do like my vintage retro rally cars, but we'll see. So that is the only carbon fibre looking part on the chassis at the moment. The shock mounts, or the rear shock mount, is actually carbon fibre, so there will be a video of me putting that on soon, but it will take a little bit more work. So today I'll show you what I've got here. Put that there. I've got some upgraded, this is the TT01, so they should fit, turnbuckle tie rod set. So it's a lot easier to adjust the toe on the car on the front. Currently you've got to unclip the ball joint cup, if you like, not cup holder, cup, for it to come off. So I'm hoping I'm going to build these up and we'll fit them on the car. So I'm going to move the car over and then we'll get these open. So I'm just going to move my camera a little bit as well. There we go. So these are, again, I keep saying this, but all the bits that I put on my cars, 90% of them are on my eBay shop. So, you know, there'll be a link in the description should you wish to look. So, like there's for the TT01 at the very least, we've got an overall length which I haven't got any verniers down here. I should go and get my verniers really. 40mm. I'll have to measure what comes off because the steering has been upgraded. I've got the steering upgrade set as far as the servo part, but it has got a standard servo mount that sort of the arm comes across, so it's not fully upgraded, but it's probably better than what the original one was. So I think what I'll do is I will go and get my calipers, because I'm gonna measure the ones on there. They look fairly straight, and we'll see what they measure and see what these come up as. So I'll just go and get them. So I've got the calipers here, the old traditional analog calipers. I've took one of the steering arms off, and looking at these, I'll get my eyes in the right place. They're just under 40mm, they're sat at. So it's just gripping it. Yeah, it's about 4.00, sorry, 3. No, what am I talking about? Just under 40mm, 39.99, I think. So it's at 0.1. And it does, the kit I've got does come with ball joints, but I won't necessarily have to use them. So I get these ones out. So it comes with your turnbuckles, your ball joints, sort of your ends, the typical things, your ends, nothing does come with a Tamiya adjustment wrench, so that's handy. Let's get these out. So one of the things that I tend to do, is just my way of working, is that you only take the plastic off the ball joint ends, is to take that little nib off the end. I can't stand that when you see them on cars. I did this last time and cut it off and cut my thumb. These are well sharp. So there we go. So there's that one off. Let's get the other one off. Right, so we've got those off. So the ones that came with the standard kit, the ends are quite long, but you can't adjust them unless you take them off. Where these ones, as you can see, they're probably, I mean, the base part is probably half the length. We'll stick that on and put it on the car. You've got to kind of remember that there's left and right thread as well, which you tend to overlook if you've not done it before. The thing is with these, what I find, I'm all fingers and thumbs. That's the wrong way. Here we go. Give me advice, and I haven't stuck to it myself. So that's the bar track control arm assembled. I mean, there's nothing to it, to be honest. I'm going to measure them now. It doesn't matter that they're off because I can adjust them on the car. And they're under 40mm by 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. So was that 97? 39.7mm as far as what I can make out, and you just offer them up to these, and you can see there. So these ones were just under 40. These ones are a bit more under, and you can see. So they are different. So I'll put them on. I'll make the other one up, put them on, and then show you them on there, then adjust them so that they're at least pointing in the, in the same direction. That's the track control arms on. I'll just move the chassis. I wound them right in. You can see we've got loads of toe outs. They do need to be longer. So you've got the adjustment hex on there, and then I've put, there's a knurled part of where they've put a knurling part of the track control arm, and I've put those on the same side, so they operate the same way to sort of increase or decrease the track. So I'm going to do that now. I won't film me doing that, it's just, that's boring, just repeat. So I'll get those two wheels at least pointing straight. So there we have it. That was a bit of a mission. They were quite tight, but I've got them there. They're on now. So I'll show you what I've done. I haven't got any tracking gauges, so it's a bit of an eyeball. So I'll move the camera, just show you what I've done. So look down. So I use the grids on the working mat here, so I'll get into a better position. That's what she said. So you can see the wheels are pointing straight-ish. If I zoom in a little bit, you can see up against that sort of line, the back wheels are straight, and then there is a bit of play in these steering as well. We'll go over to this side, and you can see the front wheels are as best as I can see them, straight. The but there is a little bit of, if I move that wheel, there's a little bit of slop with the steering there anyway, but at least now they are adjustable. They do measure, oh, a bit dark. They do measure 40mm, give or take. And the wheels are pointing. I'll move the camera around again. Yeah, they're pretty much, to me it does look like it's towing in a little bit though, but yeah, it does look, it is straight, it just, yeah, this is my eyes. So, it was a little bit longer than I expected, but even so, that's the tie rods on the TT01e. These are for the TT01, but they still fit the TT01e. All links will be in the description, where you can buy various different products if you're interested. Other than that, thank you for watching, appreciate your time, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.